Northern Bahamas. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The faculty, staff, and students of the Mary Star of the Sea Catholic Academy welcoming a special guest today. His Grace, Reverend Archbishop Patrick Pinder, making his annual visit to the school, receiving a royal welcome during a special assembly. The Archbishop commending the teachers and students for continuing to do a stellar job on Grand Bahama.
This is an expression, of course, of what we mean when we say that our Catholic schools zones of excellence, not elitism, but excellence. And that excellence, of course, has been displayed in so many ways here at Mary Star of the Sea. And I want to take this occasion to thank all of our teachers. I want you to realize that I am quite aware that you make sacrifices to do what you do as teachers in our system. And I wish to publicly express my gratitude to you for that.
Director of the Catholic Board of Education, Claudette Roll, says Mary Star of the Sea remains a strong link in Catholic education in the Bahamas.
I must say that our three schools in the north, meaning Abaco and Grand Bahama, are producing very positive, productive, and rich seeds. And so I thank you for all that you continue to do to be a strong bond in Catholic education.
Yesterday, October 16th, was World Food Day. It is celebrated every year around the globe in honor of the date of the founding of the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations in 1945. On this day, organizations around the world pay particular attention to food security. At the Jack Hayward High School, a special assembly was held to draw attention to the all-important issue, and various locally grown crops were on display. Local producer Luckner Timothy was the invited guest. He encouraged students and teachers alike to grow their own food.
One of the biggest rewards is start with simple vegetables like tomatoes. Or if you want to go even simple, you don't have the time for it, start with fruit trees. Plant a peach tree, an apple tree, or avocado tree. Something that we can actually use, and not just us. So the future generation, your kids, can use it after you. A lot of trees got destroyed during the storms. Because of climate change, a lot of stuff is getting destroyed. So we need to come in and replace these stuff. So by going and say just once a month, you buy a citrus tree or some mango tree and invest it and put it in your backyard, that's a big investment. And teach your children how to continue those investments.
Jack Hayward High has an agricultural science program where students are involved in the cultivation of crops. Principal Bronwyn Smith and teacher Shireen Butters say it is time to get back to the days of backyard farming.
I can remember when I was growing up, my mother came from the island. Her parents were farmers and fishermen, and so they had that mindset that they just went into the garden, went to the field, and went into the sea and got whatever they wanted to eat. But of course, when they were growing up, the philosophy was we need to get away from that and find some other areas to get employed in. And I think that has changed the mindset of our whole Bahamas. So now that we were focusing on persons becoming teachers, lawyers, doctors, and all the other facilities, we're now faced with a situation where we are independent, but we are not independent to produce our own food.
We will normally grow a lot of stuff, but because of the summer, only the summer crops we were able to harvest now, such as the squash. We were able to harvest a lot of squash. But we have to wait until the place, started getting cooler before we could actually start doing the cooler crops.
The theme for World Food Day, Change the Future of Migration, Invest in Food Security and Rural Development. Tonight, we introduce a new feature that will showcase our nation's youth. It is called Generation Y. Each week, we'll feature an outstanding youth to get their take on education and the various issues impacting their peers. Our Talia Hall joins us now with the first installment.
Our valedictory to the university will be presented by Laurent Demetrius Burrows. Today he is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Chemical Engineering.
As Kettering graduates, innovation is what we do, and I'm sure that we will leave our mark on history. 22-year-old LaRon Burrows was born and raised on the island of Grand Bahama and graduated top of his class from Kettering University, located in Flint, Michigan.
I now work as a chemical engineer in Los Angeles. I oversee 3 renewable energy plants. So we make electricity, and we are powering 25% of California off of renewable energy. So we take science principles.
LaRon visited his former primary school recently, Freeport Primary, to talk to students about the importance of technology and why they should remain focused.
I took the discipline and the work ethic that I built from being here in Freeport Primary and in St. George's to keep working hard and to outwork those that were smarter than me in those areas.
He says technology is changing each and every day, and it is important for the Bahamas to keep up.
We need to make sure that the Bahamas is prepared for stuff like that, for the technologies that are coming, because I made them in my dorm room, people made them in their classroom, and they're here, right? The future is here. Technology is going to change the way we look at empathy and how we interact with humans.
He says going to college is not always an easy task.
Funding is a big obstacle going to college, and really trying to identify what funding opportunities are available for students is a big obstacle in the Bahamas. But there are opportunities, right? I got out and I was able to receive a scholarship from my great government, and you just have to understand the scholarship requirements, what it takes, the BGCSEs, the GPA requirements.
And as for what's next for LaRon,
I intend to, in some ways, come back to the Bahamas, advance technologies that are here, or help in the advancement and the development of those technologies, because there are some shortcomings with even trying to implement them here that I hope to help with and remove those obstacles.
Thanks, Italia. And now it is time to ask the doctor.
Welcome. Today we'll discuss a few more important points regarding breast cancer and some of the things you should look out for when performing a self-breast exam, such as a breast lump or thickening that feels different from the surrounding tissue, bloody discharge from the nipple, change in the size, shape, and appearance of a breast, changes to the skin over the breast, such as dimpling, a newly inverted nipple, peeling, scaling, or flaking of the darkened area of the skin surrounding the nipple, or redness or pitting of the skin over your breast, which look like the skin of an orange. Only a doctor can diagnose breast cancer. So if you experience any of the symptoms I mentioned, or discovering any changes in your breast, you should see a doctor right away at any of our community clinics for a full breast exam and evaluation. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
Don't go away. Ricardo Lightburn is up next with a check on sports.